Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Washington and Mount Pleasant remain tied in the SEC for soccer, but first today's top stories. The Washington Chamber of Commerce Spring Craft Fair will take place on May 6th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with over 80 vendors registered to participate. April Cutterback, the Chamber's event coordinator, said that the event will provide an opportunity for the community to get outside and enjoy downtown Washington. Cutterback also added that registrations continue to pour in leading up to the event, that the Chamber will continue to accept registrations on the day of the event if space allows, but encourages prior notice. The Spring Craft Fair is Cutterback's first major project as the Chamber's new event coordinator, which she describes as exciting but not overly complicated. She said getting vendors signed up and providing them with a space is the main goal, and the vendors do the work while they are there. Staats Awards, a recognition company located in Mount Pleasant, celebrated its 125th anniversary with an Alive After 5 event on Wednesday. The company provides rosettes, banners, and ribbons for large state fairs, including the Minnesota State Fair and the Texas State Fair. Its largest client is a canine scent group, for which it makes over 30,000 rosettes a year. Staats General Manager Lori White thanked the community for its support and said the company's products are still handmade in Mount Pleasant. While the company has modernized ordering and added distributor services, White said a lot hasn't changed overall in her 25 years with the company. The event featured food, drinks, and commemorative coffee cups. The Washington Public Library staff is hosting an event on Saturday, May 6th to showcase the future makerspace area and allow patrons to vote on its name. Library Director Carrie Ann Siegfried said the library is seeking feedback on people's priorities and what they are most excited about. The library plans to start construction on the space this fall, but is still working out details. Siegfried said the event would be informal, allowing people to come and go at their convenience without waiting on presentations or a tour of the library basement space. The library continues to narrow down the plans and seeks input on what patrons would like to see first. The event will also provide an opportunity for people to see the current space before changes are made. As part of the National Small Business Week, the Mount Pleasant Area Chamber of Commerce is celebrating the nominations for Small Business of the Year. Moutrie Trucking, owned by Brad Moutrie and his wife, was one of those nominees, and on Wednesday they welcomed chamber members and supporters to their location for breakfast and a close-up look at their semi-trucks. The company recently received new trucks that were available for exploration, and according to Moutrie, they have modern equipment, including leather seats, satellite radios, and refrigerators. They also have authorization to transport freight in 48 states. Moutrie thanked his crew for their hard work, which has contributed to the company's success. The winner of the Small Business of the Year award will be announced at the Small Business Breakfast on Friday, May 5th. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
Bring the kids and share the memories from steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Maybe your memories are of great food from the North Village to the Log Village, or going to one of the amazing concerts. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2023 Midwest Old Thrashers Reunion, August 31st through September 4th in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthrashers.com for more details. Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up, we have your 5-day forecast, but first, obituaries. Dr. Glenn Peterson of Mount Pleasant passed away on April 29th at the age of 77. A memorial service will be held at 3 p.m. May 21st at the Olson Pound Memorial Chapel. Robert Merwin Wog of Fairfield passed away on April 25th at the age of 90. A memorial service will be held at Canyon Lake United Methodist Church at a later date. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. Today, the weather has been great with mostly sunny skies and a high of 78. Tomorrow, there's a 45% chance of rain in the morning with a high of 69 degrees. Looking at the weekend, it'll be 74 and partly cloudy on Saturday. On Sunday, it'll be even warmer with a high of 83, and it'll be partly cloudy again. There is a 58% chance of scattered thunderstorms on Monday, and there'll be a high of 81. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at sports.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tony Starr and Mike Welcher in Mount Pleasant today.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports. Both the Mount Pleasant boys and girls soccer teams suffered defeat on Monday night at the hands of the Greyhounds of Burlington. Mount Pleasant was held scoreless in both matchups as the Panther girls were bested 3-0 and the boys 6-0. The Panther girls kept it close through one half of action in the Southeast Conference clash, but the Greyhounds kicked it up a notch in the second half. Burlington went on to score its trio of goals all in the second, and the Panthers were never able to answer. Mount Pleasant drops to 7-4 in the season, while Burlington improves to 9-2 and continues to hold its tight grip on the SEC lead at 8-0. Mount Pleasant sits at 4-4 in SEC play, tied with Washington. The Panthers will take on Fairfield, who is 0-11 on today, as they will look to get back on the winning track. On the boys' side, Burlington scored early and often through the opening half, and Mount Pleasant could never find the back of the net. Burlington slipped 4 goals into the net in the first period, and the second half saw the Greyhounds add 2 more in their total until the final whistle. Mount Pleasant moves to 4-6 on the year and is currently 4th in the SEC at 2-6. The Panthers will look to get back into the win column today against Fairfield, who is 3-7. That was the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your Newsbreak, and I'll